Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Tonight is the day, once again, a debut night. We are kicking it off, Indy Shine Night, and we have a special guest, Miss Nyla Rose from the Kobe Pro Wrestling Organization and many other indie wrestling scenes that she has wrestled. And I'm your host, C Double Chris Champion. If you want to contact us, we are taking questions off of IRC and also off of Twitter at WrestleTalk. 2 underscores between the Wrestle and the Talk. Contact Charles or Haley if you want to try to get through to us. Well, I also have my panel. Real quick, I want to introduce these guys because really it's not about them, but we want them to be a part and make them feel love and everything. And also batting off leadoff is going to be Brickwall, who actually has a special announcement for the June 18th show, if you don't mind. Brickwall.
Yeah, I have an announcement. Alexander James from CCW is going to be here on June 18th for an interview, so be sure to watch that.
Awesome, awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, he is by law, by government officials, I must at least give this man an introduction proper to his 1-inch pythons. Ladies and gentlemen, he's from the Billy Mays Pippin School of Talking About Products. He is the one, the only, the president of Destroying Kayfabe. He is the co-founder of Open Wrestling Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, CM motherfucking House.
Hey, great to be here. It's a real honor to talk to you tonight now. Can't wait to ask you all these questions. This is my first interview, so we're going to fire away, make it a shoot if we have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm honored to have with us is the native one herself, Miss Nyla Rose. Nyla, I have been trying to get you on the show, and, well, I got ego to decide to just do my own thing, and, well, we got you on board, and I want to thank you for being the first guest of Indy Shine Night. So thank you for joining us. So, any open statements you would like to make?
Thank you.
It's cool. It's cool. I appreciate you. Well,
I'm
you're
new to
with.
this, so I have no idea what to expect. So
Oh, it's all
easy,
good.
go easy.
Oh, I promise. We're gonna go easy. We actually, me and CM have actually interviewed a wrestler named Stan the Man Styles, but trust me, we know that's not going to be anything close to that style of an interview.
Oh my God.
And I promise that CM will not spit his drink at everybody. So, with that being said, how are you doing? How's the road on? Basically life on the road. How's everything going there?
I can only imagine.
Yeah, especially with Stan. So the first question, I guess, my first question to you now, if you don't mind me asking, is, the road life.
It's going really good.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm in a little bit of downtime right now. I actually have a weekend off.
Wow. I know that's rare for you. So I guess the question is, I guess everyone wants to know, where did you get the start in wrestling? Uh-oh. All right.
Am I coming in okay? Can you hear me?
We hear you perfectly. CM, Brick, can we hear her?
Yeah,
Clear.
Awesome. All right.
All right, we're back up and running.
Yeah, we are.
Road life is good. It's a little hectic, traveling up and down the road, trying to stay awake, dealing with other jackhole drivers. But it makes for some of the best stories, especially if you have somebody to ride with you. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love to travel, so thanks to wrestling, I get to actually see a little bit of the country, so that's pretty cool.
Awesome. So what got you into the wrestling business, if we could go ahead and ask that question? See if we hear.
I've always been a fan. I grew up watching wrestling with my grandma, and I actually, when I was real little, I wanted to work in film, and for some reason, to this day, I will never understand what it was. I wanted to be a stunt woman. I could not tell you where that came from. It just made sense to me, and one day it kind of clicked. That's pretty much essentially exactly what wrestlers are stuntmen, stunt women, they got theatrics, they do their own stunts, it's the best of both worlds, and that just seemed like a fit for me.
Awesome, awesome. Brickwall, do you have a question for Nalia?
Yeah. Who did you look up to? Who did you look up to when you were younger? Like what wrestler?
Nalia, did you hear us? We may have some technical difficulties, guys.
Yeah.
We're going to get this going. Hey, Nalia.
No, I didn't hear that.
Okay, Brickwall was asking who were the wrestlers that you followed that kind of got you going the way of the wrestling.
Yeah.
There is a slight delay,
I
folks.
growing up was a huge fan of the Undertaker. Just everything about him and his character, uh, it just spoke to me. It kind of embodied, it kind of embodied for me exactly what professional wrestling was. But you know, I had my favorites here and there, and I had my seasons when I would be a fan of this person or that person. But the entire duration of my fandom, the Undertaker was like right at the forefront.
Oh, that is awesome. When did you get into wrestling? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, like I said, I grew up as a fan, so I guess you could say my whole life, as far as training to actually do it, that would have been back in '07, I believe.
All right. And what was it? Someone just asked from the group, and I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep everything fresh here. But one of the people asked in the group because if they know that you're an indie wrestler in the indie scene, what if we can ask, what is basically if you could go ahead and tell the people your character, how you are in the ring, face, heel, however you want to go with that.
Um, it varies. I like to think of myself as a nice person who just wants to go in there and have a good match. But some people like to piss me off a bit, so that's when I have to unleash the beast. And I do get a little aggressive and sometimes a little carried away, admittedly. But that's why I have some championships. So
Oh wow, look at that. She's champ. She's bearing people too, y'all. Don't piss her off. All right, CM. So say something stupid, CM.
I could say stupid things all night if I could. Now I know you were talking about life on the road. What is the longest travel from you to get from where you're at to your next event? And on top of that, how well do they pay you to get from point A to point B?
I kind of missed the first part of that. Could you repeat, please?
Okay, with life on the road, your longest travel, because I know you guys have a hellacious travel schedule. They go from one indie event to the next, and on top of that, how well do they pay you to get from where you need to go to work in that match that night?
Gotcha. Um, so far to date, my longest travel has been from Washington, D.C. to Saginaw, Michigan. It's well worth the trip if you love what you do. I have great people that ride with me on the way up there, so we pit stop, we have little mini adventures. One of my mottos has always been and will always be live for the story. So sometimes it's not always about, you know, well, what's it going to do for me, but rather, what is this going to, how it's going to impact my life? Will I be able to look back on this later and have a good memory of this? So
Awesome.
that's kind of one way I like to live my life by. Red State is the longest trip. I can honestly say that not every promotion, and God bless them, not every promotion has the means to pay a comparable amount to the travel that we do. But anybody who does this on the level, oh God, I'm going to sound like so pretentious right now. Anybody who does this on the level that I do this, meaning trying to better yourself, take that next step, you know, make something of yourself. You don't do it for the money. It's a labor of love. We go out there and the fans are going nuts because they're enjoying the show. As cliche as that sounds, that is exactly why I do this. Um, to date, I don't have any regrets about any traveling that I've done, so I'm going to continue to do what I do.
That is unbelievable. I love that. I mean,
Understand?
yeah, I
Hey,
believe.
you couldn't have said any better.
Yeah, I gotta say. All right, so we have a question, another question from the Facebook crew. Um, Basically, we have a group. It's called Open Wrestling Talk in the group, where we post stuff, matches. Like we posted your channel to get people to get accustomed to you now. Yeah. What matches or what was your so far? Hey, yeah, we want to get you out there. We got your Twitter out there. We got my boy Charles putting you over, man. I mean, he's a hard working man right now. I got him working harder than a street person on the corner, so he's doing great. Yep, just for you. So I gotta ask you, match wise, what? And it's gonna sound crazy, but what was more satisfying? Because I was blown away. We saw your training regiment and everything. I love the video music, by the way, that you gave me to check out. And yes, she is one of the very first people I created on WWE 2K14. Gotta say, it was really awesome to make you. Um, Gotta ask though, what was more impressive, beating up a dude and doing the Samoan drop on him? Because you did that so
Oh my
freaking
God,
easy.
yes.
And then I saw you doing some high flying moves, so I gotta know, is it you like being that dominant, or you just like just getting in the ring and beating up anybody? Because that was pretty damn awesome watching you in that ring. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Thanks.
sorry if I made you blush.
Um, I have very strong thighs. As a good friend, as a good friend of mine says, I have the thighs of thunder. So I figure I put them to use and actually squat a little bit. So I like shock and awe, I like surprise. So yeah, I get in there and it's kind of assumed that I'm gonna get in there and do a little bit of power. But when I take to the air and fly a little bit, that's kind of unexpected for a lot of people. So just to hear the crowd react to that, that's what thrills me.
Very well said. And let's see here. Go ahead, Brick or CM, whoever wants to ask the question, feel free.
Well, man, I'm about to be star stunned here, but have you ever wrestled any top tier talent from other than the independent scene, but anybody that you've seen like in WWE, ECW, TNA, anybody like that whatsoever?
For me, that's kind of a relative statement. What is top tier talent?
Or not even just
I'm
top tier talent, but
starting
like
out.
anybody that has pretty much been in, up in the big leagues there.
Fair enough. Um, with what I was gonna say is I'm just starting out, so a lot of the girls I definitely look up to. They're where I want to be, where I hope to get to. I have to mix it up with Fantasia a little bit, Taylor Hendricks. Um, some people that not necessarily have been to the big dance, so to speak, or had a long time at the dance. Um, I really don't know how to answer that question. But you
Yeah.
do get to mix it up with a lot of people, a lot of variety. Casey Carlisle, she's one that I definitely look up to. She was around when I first started training, and like I said, it was my first match against her. I had doubts about myself after the match. I contemplated quitting. I didn't think I could hang. She really took it to me. Since that meeting, I think I've come a long way. I still have a long way to go, but I think I've come quite a way. And I would love the opportunity to get in there and see how far I've actually come against her.
All right, that's a good answer there. Brickwall, do you have a question?
Yeah, I actually do. Who's your dream match opponent? Any promotion right now currently wrestling?
Dream match opponent. For personal reasons, I would say Mia Yim. Um, it's not too personal of a reason. It's
Uh-huh.
just that I remember seeing her the day she came to the training school for the very first time. I remember training alongside her, and she has been very fortunate, very blessed to get to where she is, and there are big things in her future. So I would love to get in there and kind of for old time's sake, I guess
Yeah.
you could say, get in there and do our thing.
Ooh, that would be an awesome moment there. All right, so I gotta ask because you mentioned about the road, being on the road, the travels and everything. Tell the people because the whole point of this show is called Indy Shine Night, where we want to shine the light not just on the indie wrestlers but also the scene itself. So taking bumps in the ring, backstage, going back and forth with fans. I gotta ask, how, I know that, we all have the dreams to get to the big show. That's obviously something eventually, and whatever it is. My question to you, if you had a chance, if I said you could go to any promotion, you can go anywhere you want. It could be Shine, Shimmer, Ring of Honor, well, I'm trying to get to the point. TNA, Ring, and then WWE. But I mean, those are the majority ones. But the others, is there like a certain promotion you would love to work?
All of them.
Hey, you work. Hey, it's all good, right?
I would love to, any and all of them. In all honesty, ultimate goal is to get to the E, get to WWE.
Yep.
But if any opportunity opens with any of them, I absolutely would jump on that.
Well, all right. Now, I am glad you asked because this guy's been bringing my Twitter and my Messenger up off the hook, and he would beat me up if I did not do it. And he's over in Alabama, so I know my boy Lion Claw would go ballistic if I didn't ask. All right, so you've watched. I know you've watched the product because I've talked with you a couple of times. What do you think of the term between the diva and the term of women wrestler? Should diva even be in the picture? Should it just be women wrestlers? What's your view on that?
I think the term diva has kind of evolved. When it started out, it was the WWE's brand of how they were separating their women's division. In that respect, I have no qualms with the term diva. I would love to be a diva in that regard. However, what the diva has become is very much a diva. These pretty faces, good lord, no, everyone knows they're gorgeous. But these pretty faces who go out to the ring, and out of 10 of them, maybe 4 actually have something worth watching in the ring. I know I shouldn't say that, but kind of true.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
I definitely think right now TNA's division has more talent as far as girls who can get in there and get down, get grimy. Because that's what I like. And that's why I love Trish Stratus. That's why I love Lita. They were gorgeous. They were pretty, but they could get in there and they could tear it up.
that's you're right about that. So I guess all right. I'm gonna pass it around. CM, go ahead, man.
Uh, actually, I have another question, but it's not from me. It's from one of our staff members here at ICE. He wanted to know how rough is it?
Uh
No. How rough is what?
What's the treatment like?
Oh, okay. I know how rough it is for the women versus men. Is it different? Because because obviously you're a lady, and you know, you got guys. You know, people get treated differently. We want to know: is it that way, or is it kind of like a big family if you get on in?
Um, kind of mixed. It's a little bit of a mix. Some places you go, they definitely see you as no more than a piece of ass, and then you just don't go there ever again. Um, so far, I've had the blessing to not encounter, many promotions like that. Everywhere that I work now, I'm happy to say nothing but respect. It's like one big family. Everybody gets along. You got a couple people butting heads in the locker room, but nobody treats you any differently for being a woman on the card. Um, I can say there was one incident. I'm not going to put anybody's business out there. There was one incident where I was in a promotion for the first time. Nobody knew who I was, and one of the other workers in the back, one of the other wrestlers in the back, um, the way he addressed me, it was a little disrespectful in how he addressed me, but I understood where he was coming from and why he did that. Doesn't make it right, but I kind of got where he was coming from. After my match, however, he definitely had a whole new level of respect for me, and I think I kind of proved myself to him that I could hang, and I think that's what he was kind of going for the whole time was, you got to show me you belong here, and I think I did that. So.
All right, go ahead, Brickwall.
Yeah, just a question from Carl. What gets you pumped before a match?
Heavy metal music.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Some good old heavy metal, Lamb of God, Devil Driver, Mastodon, any of that, or some like really heavy dubstep. Just some kind of mix of the two. And Tech Nine really gets me in that zone also. He's on my workout playlist.
I love that one song that you hooked me up to. It was that Black Dog one, or it's from a video game, but that it's that people would know. But it's just that real hard grungy sound. It's just, oh my god! Every time I hear it, it goes with the workout video you did on
That
YouTube.
would be Beast by Nico Vega, and it was the Bioshock 3
Look at
re-edit
that.
or whatever.
Ladies
Remix.
and gentlemen, see, C Double just doesn't plug. Now your Rose plugs. You got a problem, you got to go through her and me on that one, sucker. We got that. Dolly. I'll tell you what. All right. Let's see. I want to get your reviews. Um, so let's go ahead and talk because you said it was about that about the E, or you wrestle in any promotion. The question I would like to know, though, I mean, and you kind of mentioned it, but now if you had, like I said, let's say Hunter, or the big wigs, they said, you know what, we want you to, what would you want to see done to get the women's division over? And it could be any place. It doesn't have to be Pacific. It doesn't have to be the E. It could be any other place. But what? I mean, give us a sense, because I know, like when I was watching NXT and I saw those girls, Paige and Emma doing the spots they did, and then I saw Charlotte Flair and Natalia. I know there's talent out there, and we talk about women wrestlers versus the diva aspect. Could you comment about that?
Honestly, I think a big part of it is stop forgetting about them. So many times in this past year alone, I've seen them start a story arc, and then the next week they're doing something else, and then they go back to the other thing, and then they just completely forget about that, and then they start a new story arc, and then 4 months later they come back to the other one, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, can we just finish a story arc, please? I think if there was a little bit more focus there as to what what each character is and what they can bring to the table, um, and that's kind of why the Divas show was created. But it kind of irks me that a whole other show needed to be created just to get the Divas over. If we could give a little bit more time or focus on certain stories and characters on the show, I don't see why it wouldn't happen. It worked in the past. Like, what
Yeah.
have we changed?
real quick, I'm not trying to hog this, guys. I want to, because you brought some interesting points. So here's the question, because see, me and CM, we don't really watch Total Divas. It's hard to watch because let's be honest, it's a reality show. Um, I have always proposed what would be good would be if they would just do it as like style of remember Saturday Night Main Event when you had three matches. Back in the 80s and the 90s, you had Saturday's Night Main Event. You had guys build up for three matches, basically. And what you could do is use Total Divas as like watching them work out, watching the storyline develop there, and then bam, you're seeing the match right there. Do you think something like that would be more beneficial than just a reality show when you're only featuring half the roster and not the other half? God, I sound horrible.
Essentially, yes. I never understood. I never understood why they couldn't do an all women show. Indie promotions do it all the time. Like you said, do like a special engagement. Now with the WWE Network, that seems like it would be something a little bit more feasible. A special Wednesday night, edition. Just have all the divas, a whole card, just the divas. Little things like that. It's new, it's innovative. It's not really, but it is because none of the bigger companies have ever done anything like that. So here we go. Let's do it.
I tell you what, sometimes I feel like I'm so bright, it's like a light bulb about to go off. All right, guys. Brickwall, go ahead, buddy.
uh, where do you see
Yeah.
your career going in like 10 years from now?
What do we say, Brickwall?
I said, where do you see your career going in like 10 years from now?
10 years. Goodness, that's quite a hike.
That's a
Yeah.
long-term commitment right there.
Hey.
Yeah, we know a few that don't want that long-term commitment.
Um, 10 years. Geez, I don't know. Hopefully, in 10 years, I will be accepting my induction into the Hall of Fame. Um, 10 years. I don't know. I can say within the next five. TNA in the next 10 years. Is that what you're saying?
Wow, we asking a lot today, ladies and gentlemen.
Hopefully within the next 5 years, something really takes off, and you can see me on a weekly television program. I would enjoy that.
I would love it.
Go ahead, CM. Go ahead and ask Miss Nalia while
All
you made
right,
that comment.
now we're throwing in the whole short-term, long-term commitments. On the side of that, who do you see as your dream match opponent?
Right now I've got a couple. I really want to have a one-on-one singles match against Taylor Hendricks. Um, I really want to face Jessica Havoc. I really want to see how I fare against her. Um, my girl up in Canada, Jules Malone. We got to tangle up once or twice. I'd love a rematch. I think she owes me that.
Oh, called it out. Shots fired. We're gonna make that happen eventually. I tell you what, I love having you on here. You know, yeah. I guess let me see. The training regimen. What's your training regimen like? In the biz. Like is it different from your off days versus your working days?
It is. It is. I usually don't like to really do anything, as bad as that sounds, the day before or day of a show, just 'cause I don't want to risk injury. I don't want to be on the treadmill and sprain an ankle or something, and then I have to go work on it. I could, I just don't want to do that because a sprained ankle doing anything is not fun. So up until that point, I'll do whatever my regimen tends to be. Currently, I am focusing more on my cardio and core development, but it's good to mix up your workouts every once in a while. So right now, that's where my focus is. I don't know where it'll be in 10 years. See what I did there? See what I did there?
Yeah, I
Or is
see
that
that.
going
Look
on?
at that. Look at that. Look at that. Tying the picture together. It's beautiful. You're doing a sensational job, I may add. Uh, fan interaction. How is that for you? I mean, do you feel like when you get the fans involved and everything? Oh, look at that! Look at that! We should have just took a picture right there. I should have done a Google capture. My bad. But when you do fan interaction, do you get to interact with the crowd? I saw something that really touched me that you posted on Facebook where a kid gave you a card. So I was wanting you to comment about that if you don't mind. God, I hate this way.
That that I'm to be perfectly honest, I'm still not used to that. Um, Here I am at a show, and I'm going out there doing my thing, same as I've always done. And this sweet little girl comes up to me and says, "Hey, I've got something for you." What? Like, that blew my mind. It's no, I've got something for you, and it's going to be in that ring in about 8 minutes. But no, she actually had a gift for me. And another time, somebody gave me a teddy bear. I love teddies. I love stuffed animals. Um, so it is really touching that the fans, they grow to connect with you on that level. Um, I'm still not used to it, but I've said it 1,000 times. The fans are why I do what I do. If they weren't in those seats, I would still do it, but it would just be practice. And where's the fun in that? No, all the silliness, the craziness, me doing the robot in the ring, that's all for the fans. That's me giving myself to the fans. So when they give a little bit back, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
That's awesome. CM, do you have a question for Nalia?
You know, I guess I can throw this outside of the wrestling life. Now, I believe I heard you mention Bioshock 3 earlier. I'm assuming that you're a gamer as well in your spare time.
No! Sorry.
Yes. What kind of games? What kind of games are you into when your personal time alone?
Well, right now, I'm just finding a little bit of free time, so I'm trying to pick back up on my Mass Effect. I need to finish out the trilogy. Um, Grand Theft Auto. I hope to pick up
Yeah.
Watch Dogs here very soon. Everybody's
Uh,
pooping on Watch Dogs, but I don't
yeah,
think
I've
it's
been
very
hearing
fair.
some bad reviews already, and I'm waiting for a price drop now.
Can I say something about that though? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Watch Dogs is for the new gen, the current new generation, exactly what Assassin's Creed was for the previous generation.
Oh,
Before
Agreed.
it came out, Assassin's Creed was a PlayStation exclusive. It was the most anticipated, super hyped up game. It came out. It was poo poo. Everybody crapped on it, and it evolved to be this amazing franchise that everybody loves. Right?
hmm
Watch
Oh, of
Dogs, I
course.
feel, is no different. It's new, it's innovative, they're trying some different things. The first one's going to be a little poopy, but then down the line, it's going to be this
That
whole
sequel.
amazing thing, and people are just going to kind of forget about the first one. So I'm still all for Watch Dogs. I still want to play it.
Look at
Yeah. See,
that.
I tend to get it. See, I'm glad I asked that question.
Hey, that's fun. Cause see, I made her on WWE 2K14, and I posted that stuff when they did the Twitter and said tweet your wrestle. I made sure and tweeted her. I didn't tweet C Double. Sorry, CM, I didn't tweet you and
It's
Stan,
all
but I
good. It's
had to
all good.
tweet Nalia because she said get me on there. I was like, yes, ma'am.
And
Yeah.
since she said Mass Effect trilogy, I'm assuming that's Xbox 360 because the PS3 doesn't have the first one yet.
No,
Oh
no,
man,
no, no,
yeah.
no, 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 baby. No, no, no.
No.
Oh.
Yes.
You said, no, I have a 360, but you asked if I was a gamer. That means, as I
Uh,
look over if I look over to my right here, I see my 360, my PS3, my Wii, my Nintendo, my Super Nintendo, my Nintendo 64, my Genesis, my GameCube, my PlayStation, my Dreamcast, my Atari,
We just
my
made
Game Boy,
like
Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Pocket, um, Genesis, TurboGrafx 16,
Yes.
32X,
Yes.
Yes.
PlayStation,
Yes.
my PSP.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stop the show. BCM Brickwall heading over to Nalia's to have an epic game night.
yes.
We are not going to
Oh my
finish the rest. You
God.
will not find us. It's
Yes.
all about partying with not Nalia.
Oh
Oh,
my
my
God.
Lord. You just made every gamer happy. That is awesome. So that means you do have WWE 213 and you got or 14 and you got to add us now.
She had me at TurboGrafx 16.
Yeah. You had me at Sega Gamecast.
Yeah, you had me at the Dreamcast. When
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said
the
that, I was just
Dreamcast.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
we were just
God.
like,
I play mine every day. My 3-year-old son plays wrestling with me on every day.
Yep.
We play Toucan Retsuden 4 and Giant Graham 2000. And it's like, he sits there and he's mashing buttons while I'm just there, just watch him pound away. And I let him beat me because, you know, he's going to be 4 here in a couple of days. So I got to give him that good luck feel.
oh man, and of course, you know, we just found this epic, beautiful awesomeness of Nalia, and someone asked us a wrestling question. Come on, people! I tell you, it's all good though. Brickwall, what do you have to ask, man?
Oh, okay. This is not wrestling related, but are you into sports?
Huh?
Are you into
Are you-
sports besides wrestling?
Honestly, not really. For some reason, some of my friends talked me into joining a softball team. I have no idea what I'm doing out there, but it sounded like fun. It was a good. It's a good way to get over heartbreak and pass up some newly found free time.
Ah, I'm not gonna go into the personal stuff and start saying, "Can I marry you?" Because I would be stealing that from somebody else's gimmick. But I will say this: you definitely are a catch. I'm not gonna lie. I have to ask because someone did mention this, and it's a female. One of the ones that have been helping us with getting the questions. Her name's Haley. She wants to know, you know, given the women's role in transition in professional wrestling, because you comment about the early years. You remember how the early years we had managers as valets, and then now the evolution of that role to the present environment. Um, I guess what's your view on that? She would like to know.
Um, honestly, that's not really something it's a very good question. It's not something I've really noticed, I guess. So kudos to them for the seamless transition. Um, I always enjoy seeing the managers and valets out there. It just added another dynamic. And what's more is when a manager or valet could actually work. You just there's so much you can do with that in a story arc. Um, so kudos to you. Very good question.
Yeah. All right. I have a question for you then, because I've been praying for a Paul Heyman girl. Are you a Paul Heyman girl? Could you be a Paul Heyman girl? If the price is right.
Just watch your wallet.
I mean, you know, I'm just asking.
Honestly, if I can somehow, if we could you put up your signs, do a petition. Paul, Mr. Heyman, if you're out there, sign me up. I'm your girl.
Add Heyman
Be a
Hustle.
Paul Heyman girl.
You know what?
You have the Beast incarnate, maybe the Native Beast. Complete your beast
Oh!
set. Let's do this.
Oh, we gonna tweet
Yeah.
that out right now. At Heyman Hustle. We
I'm
need
going to,
people to go ahead, Brickwall.
I'm
I'm
going,
gonna be
I'm
busy.
going to Raw in a couple weeks. Maybe I can do that for
Yeah,
you.
we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna say Native Beast
Yeah, we're
with
gonna
the
do that.
Carded
Let's
Beast.
do it.
Heyman Hustle. We need
Let's
that,
do it.
Heyman.
Let's do it.
I'm just saying, they are going to be in my hometown in about 3 weeks. So,
I say it needs to happen now. Yeah, I would be down with that, and if so, if because you just said you managers that could take bumps. Paul Heyman could definitely take bumps. He could definitely talk. And heck, I'll be willing to be your manager. I'll take a slap or a punch any day now. It won't be no problem. I'll do it for the people now.
Oh, yeah, I would too, and I'm a disabled veteran.
All right. Well, all right. CM, go ahead and ask now you whatever you like now.
Oh my God! You know, you just took all the words right out of my mouth with this whole Heyman thing, and as the native beast with the beast incarnate. Oh man, I'm at a loss for words right now, so I'm gonna pass over to Brickwall.
Okay.
Say something stupid, Brick.
We don't have a Paul.
I'm a fucking lemon.
Are you a lemon or a
There you
rosebud?
go. There, that's a good question. Are you a party exotic express?
Would you join would you be a rosebud
am
or
I
a
a
lemon?
lemon or a rosebud?
Yeah, I guess that's the question they would like to know.
Thanks.
I mean, my last name is Rose. What do you think?
I say rosebud. See,
Hello.
bam, Pop Brick. There you go.
You almost called
He's
Paul.
with me.
Almost called Paul.
Well, you know, when you ask a question like that, you know, and you have a woo-hoo! Hey, I'm a rosebud. I'll dress up as a lemon. I don't care. I'll dress up as a cheeseburger. It don't matter. So,
Actually, I was kind of hoping I could get I was kind of hoping I could be Bad News Barrett's manager and come in as Debbie Downer.
oh, look at that! Come on, Hunter! Come, sign this woman! I said sign her! That God, it's gotta happen!
Better be careful. Better be careful. They're gonna give him a face turn for that one.
Oh no, it could happen. I see dollar signs.
See, Chrissy Rivera, I was talking to her. See, we had it all planned out. Debbie Downer and Negative Nancy with Bad News Barrett. Come on, hello.
Oh,
That
I
is-
smell money.
that
I
sounds
smell
like
money.
money.
We're printing money. I tell you what, Michael, we're printing money. Oh my Lord! I just tweeted it. I want people to retweet. We need a hashtag Heyman and Now You Rose duo. Bam, Heyman girl. We need a Paul Heyman girl. Letting it be known. We're gonna get it out there. We're gonna get it. I'm gonna find a way. Golly, by God. So that's my southern voice. I'm sorry. Well, let me ask you. What area do you wrestle in? I know you said Saginaw, Michigan, Washington, but do you go to the South? Do you get to wrestle on the West Coast? You know, if you could ask or answer that question. Blah, 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 blah.
So far to date, not yet, but if you get me there, I will wrestle anywhere. If you pay in travel, I will wrestle on the moon. That would actually be really freaking awesome. To date, I predominantly wrestle in the PA and West Virginia area. And the furthest south I've been is North Carolina. But like I said, if we can work something out, let me know.
If you come to the South, we're gonna hang out. If you go to the South, right? We're gonna hang out, right? You come to the South, you gotta hang out with me now. You can't look at me and give me a fake high five.
No,
Go,
make
oh,
it
never
happen.
mind, you crazy.
That's right.
Yeah, we'll make it happen, darling.
Gotta have some of that sweet tea.
You know it. We got some sweet peaches too in the back, so it's all good. All right. So, any questions there, Brickwall?
Yeah, I got a question from Arabian Wolf. He says, do you have any tips for upcoming wrestlers?
I think we missed one. What was that?
Do you have any tips for like any upcoming wrestlers that want to get into the business?
Definitely, definitely. The biggest thing I could probably think that comes to mind is, just because I've been there, is don't doubt yourself. If this is something you really want to do, male, female, whatever, if you have the passion, you're going to know you have the passion. Don't doubt yourself. We all have our days where we're doing a little bit worse than others. We all have our days where we're doing a little bit better than we, have been. Just keep pushing, keep persevering, keep training, and just don't lose sight of why you started this in the first place, and you're going to be okay.
Wow.
Very good. That's a very good block of advice right there. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of guys that come into this business. They're on their high horse. They think that they're going to be on the top automatically, and after a while, they start losing matches because they get told by the booker, "You're going to job, and this is how you're going to do it." And it's just one of those things. You got to adapt or perish. That's the kind of business it is, especially in the indies. Out there, you're in a dog-eat-dog world compared to being on a televised program where you're getting, the pay, the benefits, the bigger, fan base there. But it comes with your character development. If you don't have that character development, you don't have that heart and soul, then you pick the wrong profession.
You can't be afraid to be silly. And even the most serious character is a little bit silly when you think about it. You just can't be afraid to give all of yourself, is the bottom line. If you go out there and you need to be, Joe the fire truck driver, that's your character, God damn it, you go out there and you drive that fire truck. Like, you need to get into it. Believe
I was going to drive the short bus.
You know what? Hey, brick wall. That's why you need to be a freaking rosebud.
Look at T.L. Hopper. Like, well, was he playing with the doo-doo?
Yep. Uh-oh, I lost my ball. I gotta say this. Someone wanted to ask, about advice for the anti-role, but Brickwall kind of stole the thunder and definitely got it out there because I love that answer. Then my next question to you on this end, I'm not going to ask the age because I think you're fairly young, So I want to know if you were in NXT, how would you? Because that crowd is very interesting. What's your views of NXT?
Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
The Nyla Rose exclusive confession.
Uh-oh.
I've never seen NXT programming.
Oh, it's all right. I'll forgive you. It's all good.
The NXT we see today is a hell of a lot better than what we saw the first 3-4 seasons.
Yeah.
When they first did it, it was all about character development, learn how to cut promos, and being in front of like 13,000 people doing stupid obstacles. And I mean, at first it was okay, but then it just started getting lame, watered down. And of course, we had guys like Brian Danielson. I'm just going to say it that way, and Low Key. Two guys straight from the independent scene, TNA, ROH, all that good stuff. These guys are pretty much making a joke out of the character because they have to do what the WWE is telling them to do. And of course, you got all the guys talking in their ears saying, "You got to do this, or you're not going to be a big superstar." I was like, it's not about going out there doing strength and endurance. You're doing that in the ring. You don't do it carrying heavy kegs, jumping over walls. No, you're kicking ass and throwing people over the ropes. That's what it was all about. But now today's NXT is a hell of a lot better. It's more focused on wrestling, less promos. You got guys like Sami Zayn or El Generico there. Now we got Kevin Steen on his way, Prince Devitt, and what's the other one? Sami Callihan. So it's just like all these names, independent names. And then you got all the guys that are and girls that are WWE developed, they're homebrew, and you got the mixture of that. And you got classic wrestling right there. It's like the 1980s over again.
Well, real quick, I wanted to ask you, Nyla, because you're actually one of the ones I have to say is my first in the realm of when I first met you and you told me you were a wrestler, I'm like, well, how do I get your stuff to watch? And you gave me a website, so I was able to watch, or your YouTube channel. How do you feel like the internet has helped indie wrestling? Because now, where before, you had to get bootlegs or you had to find a way to just get there to watch them. Now you could just get on the internet, put the guy you like Kevin Steen, or now you Rose, and you find these channels and you're able to watch the matches. How does that make you feel that, we were able to actually get some footage out there for fans to know who you are?
I think it's kind of a double-edged sword. On one hand, it definitely has helped independent wrestlers and anybody in the same vein of what we do, because you are able to connect with fans. Um, if you think about it, like pre-internet, well, aside from the fact that this is being broadcast on the internet, but this would have never happened. Like, I never would have met you. We met via the internet. So it's definitely a great way to connect further and get yourself out there and just promote yourself as an entity on that scene. The other side of things is it does, in a way, kind of depreciate the value or the just the I don't even know the nostalgia of having to look in the back of PWI and order some bootleg tape from Japan and that anticipation of waiting for it to come. So it it depends on like what you're looking for and everything. But on the other side of that, you could just log on to Google and look for that tape from Japan and order it right away. So
Yeah, I guess I got to say, we have here at Open Wrestling Talk. Like I said, I've been trying to get you on with the shows we've been linked with, and I just want to say thank you for your time. It's this is what we've been wanting to do is give the opportunity to shine the light on indie wrestling and indie wrestlers. And I got to say, watching your videos, watching your training regimen, I am so impressed, and I'm rooting for you. I
Oh
want you
yeah.
to be on these main rosters. I mean, they're stupid if they're not looking. I mean, because to be honest, there's so much out there, and you're definitely a great talent. I like how I watched your last one of the matches. It was like 2 months ago, but it was against Gabby Gilbert or something, and you're doing the classic, cross the rope style, and you end up running beside her, clapping her hand as she falls over. So I love
I
that
was
that you're
trying to encourage her. She was getting tired and
yes.
she was going to give up, and I wanted her to reach down and dig deep and just
Oh,
give it
she
her all.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the
And
mat.
and here we go.
Go girl.
Question. I got a question from Lion Claw. He wants to know how much do you bench press if you lift?
Okay, so I'll tell you why I'm laughing. Um, Anytime I'm in the gym, that seems to be the icebreaker from any of the guys. Hey baby, how much you pay? You need a spot? So
Yeah,
that's just
that'd
my
be
answer.
CM.
Uh, Believe it or not, you like that? You like my impression?
Hey, it's hot. It's
Um,
hot.
I'm working out.
Believe it or not, I have no idea how much I bench press. I haven't even looked at a bench in I don't even know 4 or 5 years. So
You know what? Can I say thank God? I think bench is almost overrated at times.
that's my official
Everyone's-
answer. Just
yeah. Dale. You know what? I think someone needs to come up with the maybe champ. Maybe. That'd be fun too. You know, golly, I tell you. So, Brickwall, do you have a question, brother?
Yeah, it's from Paul
I
Jazer.
said that before I started doing this. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
from Paul Jazer. He asked, "How did you come up with your name, and what do you think of the nickname Arabian Wolf?"
Oh, come on,
the
Paul.
nickname Arabian Wolf.
Yes.
I like it.
Oh, we got a light for Paul. Paul said something stupid and it worked for him. we got a we got a buddy Paul. He is a inspiring wrestler, so we're happy for him. And he is actually supposed to be coming down to Georgia to Mr. Hughes' wrestling academy.
Yeah,
So
he's the one that asked me the question for the tips thing. So that was him.
what
Thanks, Paul.
yeah. Now, yeah, what was the most or the or one place you wrestled at that you'll never forget wrestling at? Okay, I hear myself talking. I need to cut these questions short. Did you get the question?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'm sorry. Indie wrestling. There's different venues. What's the weirdest place that you've ever wrestled in?
Um, the weirdest place. The weirdest place I've ever wrestled in. It. Have you ever seen Saw?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to play a game?
All right. I
Anytime
love
the
how
story starts
where
off
this
with
is
that,
going.
you know it's not going to be good. It looked like they put on a wrestling show, like guerrilla style. Like they just found this building and broke in and set up a ring. And it was like, I don't know if we're supposed to be here or not. Like it just was really like this uneasy feeling of like, what in the hell is going on right now? So that would definitely probably be the weirdest place I've ever wrestled. I've heard some really weird stories, but for me that's it.
All right. Well, here's a common question that me and CM. I remember CM asked Stan the Man. So we're gonna ask it to you. What's the best road story? I mean, come on. We know the wrestling stories are in the ring, but out in the road. I'm just saying funny one. You don't have to go graphic or anything like that. But
Nothing
something
like
that just made people
nothing like
just go,
Ric
"What the
Flair
hell?"
stories.
Yeah, we're not asking for Ric Flair falling around the bedroom. Go, where's my pants? I will not do that to you now. Yeah.
No.
Um, I cannot share the best one. Um, However, a funny one, a good one. This is a recent one. Uh, we stopped in. Where did we stop? I forget the name of the restaurant. It was like something apple seeds or something like that. And they the people in the restaurant thought we were a band. So we just kind of convinced them that we were and went with it and signed autographs and like just made up this whole story about how we were this band or whatever. And we were having such a good time that some of us decided we were going to be waiters that day. So we just started waiting tables and just having fun with all the people in the restaurant. And the staff let us do it because they thought that we were an actual band. So that was kind of funny.
Oh my God.
Here we go. Question from our very own show-off, Mr. Cody Hollis. Has or will your promotion ever come to Oklahoma? I'm assuming since we talked about Kobe wrestling.
To Oklahoma. You know what? Here's the thing about indie wrestling. If there's money to be made, somebody's gonna do it. I can't speak for behalf of the powers that be at Kobe Promotions, but I'm almost certain that if it was feasible and they made more money than they lost, they absolutely would go to Oklahoma. That being said, there are other promotions in Oklahoma. And one thing I always tell the fans is they say, "Oh, we want to see you here. We want to see you here. Please come here." Okay, I would love to, but telling me that you want to see me there isn't what's going to get it done. You got to talk to the promoters at these local promotions and tell them who you want to see, whether it's me or somebody else. Tell them, you're the fans. Your voices do matter, believe it or not.
Absolutely. I know. I want to get you up here with ECPW now. After watching all your highlights on YouTube, I want to get you up here. I would love to get my boy Stan the Man. Seeing that he lives in Philadelphia, New Jersey, he's not too far from me. And
Oh, I
I've
know
been
Stan very well.
Yeah.
Stan is one hell of a character, let me tell you. I remember when I first saw his promos, and I'm like, man, this guy, he's odd, but he's so funny, and he's got his own character. He's original compared to any other, and it's like, how are you supposed to take this gimmick? And then you watch his work in the ring, and then you see how he comes up with his intro. I'm thinking, man, he's like an extreme version of Party Boy, and he's got the shake weight to go with it. Hell, as a matter of fact, why don't we do this? I will talk to Keith Miller, who's in charge of ECPW, and book a match with you and him.
No! My God!
I will show Keith both your highlights and his promos and work. And let me tell you, Stan loves wrestling against the ladies.
I know he does.
He just faced what's her face from Shimmer, and
I'm not sure it's wrestling that he's doing in there with the
Yeah.
ladies.
no, it's not. It's definitely not wrestling,
That's what he
but
enjoys?
it's funny. It's
Now-
great though. It's
Now, if we get the match booked, I'm going ahead and saying that Sam could be in Stan's corner. I'll be in yours. I ain't gonna stand for this. We're swerving this one.
Nice.
Awesome. See, we want to make sure it's done right. Heyman girl, C double girl. We're gonna get shirts. I'm gonna get merch eventually, but first I gotta find a few sponsors first, like like Mighty Putty and Big City Burgers. So, JabootieJobs.com. Anyway, so, Lord Jesus, we're taking the train off the tracks. I'm sorry.
oh my God, sponsors.
Yeah, I tell you.
No.
I gotta ask, what's the best moment all around, wrestling wise, maybe stunt woman? Because that is pretty cool being the stunt woman. I gotta know, what's like the most craziest thing you've done as a stunt woman?
Duet?
As a stunt woman, what's the craziest thing you've done?
I don't know. Probably get hit by a few cars. There's really no way to prepare for it. I mean, there's stunt school and training, but nothing prepares you for getting hit by a car. Like, even though you know it's coming
is off.
and you've done your training, it's just kind of like until you actually get hit by a car.
You get hit
you
by a
really don't know
car.
what to expect.
Hey, that's part of being a stunt double.
I'm sorry, I'm still just trying to, this beautiful woman has just told me getting hit by a car. I'm like, ow!
She's like the female Mick Foley. Come on, she can take a
Oh,
bump.
you know what? I take that back. One that's a little crazier than that, just given the mechanics of the stunt. We copied a stunt, and I'm not ashamed to say it. We totally ripped it off. It was from, I believe it was called Police Story, a Jackie Chan film. In the film, he's like in a factory or whatever, as he always is, and somebody releases a car off of a ramp, and it comes down this slope or whatever, and he runs over the car, kind of staying in one spot. And I did that, and in hindsight, it was pretty stupid, but it looked really wicked awesome.
Oh, see, I would love to see that. That would be freaking awesome. What's let's see. We done the questions on that. We done the questions. So you said you're willing to travel just about anywhere to wrestle. Have you ever went out of the states?
No, not in wrestling or my private life. I'm actually, I don't know if I'm at liberty to say, so I won't give too much away.
All right.
But there is a tour that's happening in Canada very soon in July, and I am to be a part of that. So things are kind of gearing up to head that way, but as of date, no. But I would like to get to Japan. That is definitely one place I would love to get to.
Thank you. I almost forgot. All right, Japan. That's the next question then, because there are so many guys, people that talk about, you know, impact of wrestling there, and we were watching Ring of Honor event, and these guys in a certain crew, I can't put my finger on it, but man, would it be awesome if there was a woman involved that could that I swear can hold the weight with it and take care of business too, just like they are. The Bullet Club. I know certain Luke Gallows will be in Georgia June 14th. Cheap plug. But I gotta say, have you seen, or heard of the Bullet Club? Have you heard of, IWGP, what they're doing over there? And if you have, tell us what your impressions are over there.
I haven't seen much. But I am familiar with the Bullet Club. Um, that is definitely one club I would gladly join. We got some talented, hot young talents, and I think I can hold my own.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, we got baby Gallows in the corner here, brick wall, and Mr. Machine Gun over here, and CM Styles. I think we can make that work personally, but we'll see what we can do. I don't like to say we have a lot of stroke around here because we don't, but we're dreamers and we can dream pretty big. So.
Gallows.
Well, now, yeah, it's about 11:10 here Eastern Time. I don't want to keep you up too long, but I guess my question is there any final statements, any final things you want to plug before we put a wrap on this wonderful evening? And I'll tell you, I am so honored to have you here. And
Yes, a huge honor.
if you come down to Georgia, we gonna hook it up. We gotta, we'll go, to some of the base places around here. Some varsity. We'll laugh at a few people. We'll have some fun. We'll pull the chairs underneath me. It's all good. I'll take a bump. So you know what? If I go to the hospital, it's all good. At least I die a happy man. So all I gotta ask though is that any place you want to plug or just this part is for you, and we'll do our plugs and sign off here from here on out. So go ahead, Nalia.
Thank you. I definitely want to thank you for having me be a part of your show. I want to thank your lovely co-hosts. Got Brick Wall over there.
Yeah.
CM Styles. Thank you guys so much for doing this. I've had a blast here. I definitely want to thank the fans. Anybody who has ever cheered for me in anything, like seriously, thank you. It means a lot to me that you enjoy what I do. So definitely thank you to all the fans. If you definitely want to keep in touch with me or see where I will be, I have a website. It's my own website. I run it. It's nativebeast.com. You can go on the website. You get updates from me. There's video there, links to my YouTube channel, links to my fan page on Facebook. If you just want to jump straight there, that's facebook.com/N8VBeast. No native beast, but spelled like a license plate. We have the fan page there, and on the website there is a section for fan mail, so you can write me directly. It'll come straight to me, and I will reply. It may take me a while, but I promise you I will reply personally. So thank you, everybody.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Brickwall, once again, thank you for being on the show. Anything you would like to plug? June 18th, y'all, Brickwall landed an interview with CZW's own Alexander, I believe.
Yeah, Alexander James.
Yes. So Brickwall, thank you for joining the crew in Open Wrestling Talk. We appreciate your talents.
No
CM Styles, anyone you want to plug besides the video games that you're about to play?
Well, I'm not going to play any games after this. I got to occupy some other things tonight. I can really plug is this weekend. Hopefully, we'll try to do it part 2 of Wrestling Worst Gimmicks on Destroying Kayfabe. We love having people watch us there. Last time we did it, we talked about RoboCop and WCW. And
oh my God, that was terrible.
which was pretty hard. We talked about some other bad gimmicks that actually somewhat got over with the crowd, like Max Moon back in the 1980 late 80s, early 90s. Aldo Montoya, or as we know now, Just Incredible. You know, but other than that, you know, we look forward to seeing you there, and just
Oh God!
No.
Oh, look now! Yeah, I said no to it. Oh, we will do
yeah,
what the
that's all
native
I
beast
gotta
tells
say.
you.
Hey,
Yeah,
and one more thing.
wait.
Great
go ahead.
honor it was awesome to have you on the show. Let me tell you, can't wait to have you on again in the near future.
Thank you.
All right. Well, now, all right, real quick, I'm going to do the plugs because, you know, it's all about trying to get people in and trying to get people to, you know, accept and watch us some more. This is the highest view that we've had, 8 views, but I'm happy about it. We're going to plug it like crazy. Now, yeah, I want to make sure we get you involved so we can get you, if you want to show it off. If not, we understand, you know, kind of rinky-dink the way we go, but we try to talk wrestling, and that's really what our whole view was. We here at Open Wrestling Talk are very honored and very privileged to have you with us. Um, Real quick, guys, there are a couple events. If you are in the Georgia area, want to plug Disciples of Christ Wrestling Ministries. They're going to be having a wrestling show at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 6. $10 a ticket. You might want to come up to the Lions Club. You'll actually see me, C Double there. I'm actually going to be starting to do the voice commentary. So we will see where that goes. And by the way, the promoter just texted me going, he wants to talk with you there now, yeah. And yeah, get you some business. And then another one that just sent me a message going, he wants to have you on his show in Monroe, Georgia, which is not that far from me, is the 1-year anniversary of the Southern Fried Championship Wrestling. No, I'm not making this up. That is a real name. They are some legit guys there. We got Ole Henderson, former NWA Tag Team Champion, will be there. Finley's son, David Finley will be there. Former Georgia Heavyweight Champion El Mongo will be there. And former WWE, former TNA star, but everyone knows him better as this, current one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, Brick Wall McGraw, a.k.a. Luke Gallows, is going to be in the house at the Shindig. Cody Hall's going to be there. Chase Owens is going to be there. There's going to be a good crew. Jesse Smothers is supposed to be wrestling. There's going to be a pretty good crew there doing their 1-year anniversary, and the company will be wrestling too. So, with that being said, C-Double would also like to thank everybody, including IRC, Facebook guys, Haley Imes, I appreciate you doing the work and getting the questions out there. Paul Jaser, thank you for giving questions. Lion Claw, Diva, appreciate y'all doing work. Charles Smitty, still tweeting like a mother after I told you the hashtag Heyman hustle. So Heyman, if you're listening, there's your Heyman girl. She'll take out Charlotte Flair. She'll take out Natalia Flair when you tell her to. She'll do it. I'm down with that too. I'll even take him out. I'll do Mr. Fuji style with my cane. So ladies and gentlemen, I told you I'm a nut, and I'll prove it, Jack. Check Nalia out on her website, like she said. Follow her on Twitter. You know, very good. Nalia, when you make it big, girl, we want you here again. Well, heck, we want you here anytime. When you got time, you just give me a holler. We'll get you in. I don't care what day. I'll even stop a Raw if I have to for you. So I just want to thank you so much, Nalia. It was an awesome. Thank you for being our first interviewee. And Indy Shine Night. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sign it off by just putting the camera on it now because y'all don't want to see my big 33-pound head. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much. I'm C-Double with the Native Beast Nalia Rose. And all we got to say is we the Bullet Club of the Wrestling Talk Circuit, folks. We got shows all over the place. Follow us at Wrestle Talk. Follow Nalia. We'll get her Twitter handle out there. Go ahead and give us your Twitter handle there, Nalia, so we can get people to follow you.
I don't know it.
Oh, okay.
It's Navny, N-A-V-N-Y.
Yes, there you go. N-A-V-N-Y. There we go. Follow her. She's awesome. And now you're going to be on WWE 2K15. I just been told because I'll be making you again. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody. Yeah, you know I got much love for you, girly girl. I love you, girl. So, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Guys, Check her out on YouTube channel, nativebeast.com. I'm serious, guys. You will not go wrong watching her, follow her career. She's a rising superstar. And, you know, guys in Georgia, get off your butts. Let's get her signed so we can see her in Georgia. Thank you so much, Nalia. Cannot wait to see you once again. Love ya.